this war situation that's been going on. Meanwhile, all this distractions that's been going on and shit on the news and all this other nonsense. This has been going on. It's on the Ww channel. It's on other outlets too, bro. Just happened to see it on here.
Confrontation. I just did a report how the United States made a big move by reactivating the Second Fleet. This is a big move, strategically, militarily. Anytime you take a military unit that has been deactivated and reactivate it because of what they're calling bad actors out here on this world stage in the Arctic region, you have to pay attention to what's going on. And now, here on the heels of that, Vladimir Putin has been conducting this massive drill. Some 300,000 troops, a massive amount of troops, involved with Chinese troops, where they're testing 7 different missiles, of which all of them have hit their targets up to 310 miles away and obliterated the targets. This is Vostok 2018, Russia's largest ever military drill in 37 years is how they have it listed here. There's definitely something going on with these regions, big time. And there's a lot of images here that you can check out that show them launching and testing these missiles. You can see all the tanks launching.
I'm gonna pause. I ain't gonna get too far into it. It's another video to us, It's talking about something that happened today. These are wars and rumors of wars. There's a little proxy wars going on too. The end all be all coming soon.
And now they're saying that there's been a shift here in what's going on.
They say modernized Chinese Navy is ready to challenge U.S. Navy in the Pacific. They already told them to get from out of there not too long ago.
With China technologically, and that for the longest time it was viewed, yes, they have a lot of manpower, but they weren't so worried about that they were lacking in terms of technology and weapons. Now, what's going on is it's obviously being seen that China is catching up in different areas. Now, they only have one aircraft carrier, and that's
That they say.
kind of been all the talk. The United States, though, is the only country in the world that has more than one nuclear-powered aircraft carrier out there working. They have 11. China has 2 more in the works, meaning if they get completed, they would officially be number 2 on the list in terms of the number of carriers, but when it comes down to the number of vessels, they have now surpassed the United States. So they have more troops now in terms of the vessels on the waters.
Oh shit. Alright, I'm gonna pause it. Let me get into these scriptures real quick. Talk about the fall of Babylon. It's in the book of Revelations. Chapter 18, I'm gonna start at verse 1. I'm just gonna read through this whole chapter till verse 18. Alright, it's chapter 18, verse 1. And after these things I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils, and the hole of every foul spirit, and the cage of every unclean and hateful bird. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her. Talk about doing business, not no sex and no crap like that. And some people get that word twisted. It say, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and receive not of her plagues. And it's talking about Israel, the so-called Native Americans, Negroes, and the so-called Latinos, all the 12 tribes. The people that's meant to wake up in these times and repent, learn their names, and start back keeping the commandments as much as possible. Because when this stuff go down, you don't want to taste that second death. I know I don't. All right, I'm going to go get back into the scripture. It says in verse 5, for her sins have reached into heaven, and Yahweh hath remembered her iniquities, will reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her, double according to her works, in the cup which she hath filled to her double. And you know, America, they call Mother America, and you got the Statue of Liberty, which is a so-called woman, so supposed to be a woman. They got that weird stuff going on with that, but that's another topic. And we'll get back into the scriptures. So at verse 7, how much she has glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her, for she has said in her heart, I sit a queen, and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow. And there's a bunch of this queen worship crap been going on lately too. You got this queen stuff coming out in the news, these artists with this queen silly shit, all that's nonsense. Let's say in verse 8, therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire. For strong is the Lord Yahweh, who judges her, and the kings of the earth, who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her, shall bewail her and lament for her, when they shall see the smoke of her burning, standing afar off, for the fear of her torment, saying, Alas, alas, that great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come. And Russia supposedly got nukes, and these other nations, they say they can reach over here in less than an hour. So these scriptures, they accurate. It'll probably take around about that time, whenever this go down. Well, it's going down though. It says verse 11, Salaki, and the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buyeth their merchandise anymore, the merchandise of gold and silver and precious stones, and of pearls, and fine linen, and purple and silk and scarlet, and all thine wood, and all manner vessels of ivory, and all manner vessels of most precious wood, and of brass, and iron, and marble, and cinnamon, and odors, and ointments, and frankincense, and wine, and oil, and fine flour, and wheat, and beasts, and sheep, and horses, and chariots, and slaves. Another key word, because who's the main slaves bought over here? And they still trade our names on the stock market with their social security numbers, and souls of men. And you got a lot of people sacrificing and doing all type of wicked shit to get rich over here. In verse 14, and the fruits that thy soul lusted after are departed from thee, and all things which were vanity and goodly are departed from thee, and thou shalt find them no more at all. The merchants of these things which were made rich by her shall stand afar off for fear of her torment, weeping and wailing. Because all these countries, when this war kick off, all these other places ain't going to get hit like that. You're going to have various places get hit, but the main place is Babylon. In verse 16, it's saying, Alas, alas, that great city that was clothed in fine linen and purple and scarlet, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, for in 1 hour so great riches is come to naught, and every shipmaster and all the company and ships and sailors, and as many as trade by sea stood afar off, and cried when they saw the smoke of her burning, saying, What city is like unto this great city? I'm not going to read on no more. You can read on some more if you're listening or watching this. But yeah, if all of Babylon coming, these other countries, they testing their stuff. They getting ready. It ain't no joke. It's funny, but it really ain't no joke. I'm going to get into these missiles too, because the way they plan on shooting over all these different areas. A lot of people don't even know. I see people when I go out, they be on their phones talking about nonsense, not even aware of like what's really about to come like real soon. Well, these different nations, they got their silos and their little missile systems aimed over this motherfucker. And this in the book of Revelation chapter 9, verse 15. It said, And the 4 angels were loose, which were prepared for an hour and a day and a month and a year, for to slay the third part of men. And the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000, and they're talking about the missiles. And I heard the number of them, and thus I saw the horses in the vision, and them that sat on them having breastplates of fire, and jacinth and brimstone, and the heads of the horses were as heads of lions, and out of their mouths issued fire and smoke and brimstone. And that's them nukes. When you look at the chemical elements and how the missiles made up and how they look when they shoot off, that's all that is. Let me go back to this picture with this missile image on there. And you have some people be talking about, oh, well, what you gonna do when these missiles get shot off? I'm gonna get into that too on this one other scripture.
Bad actor.
See, that's how they look. Let me get back into it again. So, and thus I saw horses in the vision, and them that sat on them having breastplates of fire, of jacinth and brimstone, and the heads of the horses were as the heads of lions, and out of their mouths issued fire and smoke and brimstone. And see, that's how they look. That was just a description back then in them times because the terms they used. But that's exactly how they look. Let me look into this real quick. This, Lord's willing, this is where I end up at amongst some of the other men that know about this. They talk about enter now, not chambers. If we were asleep, I ain't trying to taste that damn second death. No lake of fire. First time the flood was with water. The next one coming is gonna be with fire. Shit, I touch a little hot water and that shit be burning up. To go around touch an oven, that shit hot. So can you just imagine a lake of fire? Let me find this real quick. Sometimes I got it highlighted in my book. I just want to go to it real quick on the computer. Okay, here you go. Yeah, it's in the book of Isaiah 26 and 20. This when people be like, well, what you gonna do when this war kick off? Because you got people building bunkers and trying to hide out and do all this other shit. No, you ain't supposed to do that. When the chariots pop up, the flying roll of the so-called cloud, or the mountain of brass, like the scriptures talk about, this what some people gonna end up at. In the book of Isaiah 26 and 20, it said, come, my people, thou into thy chambers, and shut thy doors about thee, hide thyself, as it were for a little moment, until the end of the nation be overpassed. Because while this stuff dropping and going off and the earth getting shook up, a lot of people gonna be wiped out. Then you gonna have that remnant. They end up being saved. And the chambers is another term or terminology for, the chariots. And the people that's left over in these other different areas, this for them right here, this reason why they left over, because you'll have a lot of them Edomites, you'll have Ishmael, Elam, Moab, Ammon, all these, some of the Persians, all these different people left over there, and that's why, because they getting rounded up once we get off them chariots. It said, he that leadeth, it's in the book of Revelations, chapter 13, verse 10, he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here's the patience and the faith of the saints. And it's the key word. I was telling somebody about this the other day, about the Nat Turner movie. He forgot about having patience and faith. He tried to take matters in his own hands. The Lord's setting all this up, putting the spirit on them to go against each other and wipe each other out. So all we got to do is just have patience and faith and sit back and watch the show. So, call Allah Yahweh Shem Yahusha, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahusha. Shalom to the apostles, the real apostles, all the other teachers and elders. And we ain't got much longer. The time been flying by. The Lord said He's going to shorten the days for the elect's sake. And this week just went by. I swear I just woke up, it was Monday. So, we're almost out of here. Just got to keep having patience and faith. Shalom.